Hello everyone, welcome back to the part 3 in SQL Server scenario based playlist. So, if you haven't watched the SQL Server playlist, I highly recommend you to watch all those videos in the SQL Server playlist so you can better understand all the commands that has been used in this video. So, if you haven't seen the part 1 and part 2 of this series, so first let me explain the scenario. Basically, we have a transaction details. We have a customer data, we have the region data, we have product and the category details, and based on this we have a transactional data which contains the information about the orders that has been taken by the customers through the region and the categories. So we have a totally 5 tables available for us to solve the questions for this scenario. We have a customer table which contains all the information about the customers, and a product table which contains the information about the product name along with the details of the inventory. So we have category table. All the products has been grouped into certain categories, and a category can contain 2 or more products in it. So we have a region table which contains the region information and the country information. So finally, a sales transaction table which contains all the transaction details made by the customers and what are the products they have brought, and along with the sales date. So based on these 5 tables, we are going to solve 3 questions today. So let me explain the first question. First question, we need to write a T-SQL query to analyze customers orders distribution across different regions and determine the number of unique customers orders per region. So in this question, we need to find the unique customer order for each region, and we are going to display the result set based on the region wise. So for each region, how many unique customers has been taken the order. So for the second question, we are going to write a T-SQL query to calculate the year over year growth rate of the sales revenue for each product category. So we have grouped each product into certain category. Based on these categories, we are going to detect the year on year sales revenue. So we have a some amount of revenue for the previous year, and we have some amount of revenue for this year. We are going to calculate the difference between these year on year sales for each product category, not for the total sales. We are going to display the result set for each product category based on data. So finally, in the third question, we are going to write a T-SQL query to calculate the remaining inventory quantity for each product category after deducting total sales quantities. So we have some certain amount of quantities in our product table. From that, we have processed some transactions in the sales transaction table. So we are going to calculate a result set which displays how many actual products has been registered in the product table, and how much has been transacted, and finally how much has been remaining in the inventory. So based on these 5 tables, we are going to solve these 3 queries. So let us get into the SSMS and solve all those 3 questions one by one. So here I have connected inside my SQL Server. I am under the scenario DB. So let me expand this. Let me open this tables folder. So here you can find all those 5 tables available for me. So first let me select each table. Let me copy this. Let me drag this over here. Let us select this. So this contains the category information. So totally we have 7 category of products. So each product has been categorized into certain category. So we have electronics, clothing, books, and so on. So this table contains the category ID and the category name. This category ID is a primary key which has been mapped with this product table as a foreign key. So let me execute this customer table. Here you can find the customer ID along with the customer name and their registration date. So let us select this product table. Here you can find the product ID along with the product name and the particular category under which it is mapped. So here we have the category id which is mapped to the category id in the categories table. So along with this we have an inventory quantity. So this inventory quantity is nothing that the total amount of quantity available for each product. So we have 50 total laptops available for us and 100 smartphones, 200 t-shirts and so on. So let us select this region table. This region table contains the region information, the region id, region name along with the country. So let me select this transaction table. So in the sales transaction we have all the information about the sales happened. So we have the transaction id, the product id, customer id, region id along with the sales date and the quantity, unit price and the cost price. So this product id has been mapped to the products table product id and the customer id has been mapped to the customers table customer id and the region has been mapped to the regions table region id. So this sales transaction table is going to be our fact table. We are going to solve these 3 questions based on these 5 tables available for us. So first let me solve one by one. So here we have the first question: to write a T-SQL query to analyze customers order distribution across different region and determine the number of unique customers order per region. So for this let us copy this transaction table. So we are going to get the data for the transaction first and we need the region based data. So first we can select the region table over here. So I need the region based count. So let me provide the join condition. So first let us provide self join and provide the on condition on. Let us take this as r and this as st, and we have r dot region id mapping to the st dot region id. So let us execute this. Here you can find the values along with the region id. So I need all the table, all the data about the region, not from the sales transaction. So let me provide the left join. So left join is nothing but all the data from the left table has been fetched and the related value from the right table has been fetched. So let me now execute this. We have 52 rows available for us. So I need the customer details. So the amount of customers for each region orders. So let me join the customer table over here. Let me provide another left join for this customer table. We provide it here and provide the on condition. I'm going to join this, take this as C and join based on st.customer id mapping to the customer.customer id. So we have joined all 3 tables which we are going to use. So remove this star and I am going to select the region based data. So first let me select the region name, the region id, and then along with this I am going to calculate the count of the customers. So let me take this c dot customer id. Let me take this as unique customers, customer count, so we are going to fetch only the distinct value. So I don't need any duplicates of customer id available for us. So let me provide the distinct. So we have an aggregation function, we have a count value. So let me group the value based on the region id and the region name. So after this let me order the value based on the unique customer count. So I am going to order this value descending, so the highest count will be listed first to the lowest count. So let me execute this query. Now you can see I got the region ID along with the region name and the unique customer count. So in North America we got 7 customers who have placed order for the products, and for Europe it is 7, Asia 5, South America 3, and Africa 3, and finally we got the result set. First we have took the region table, and further we have joined the transaction table. Along with this we have provided a left join, so I need all the information from the regions table and the matching information to the sales transaction, and we have provided another left join to fetch the customer informations. So we have provided the on conditions to join those data, and I have provided the region ID, region name in the select query, and calculated the distinct count of the customer ID that are available for each region. So we have grouped the value based on the region ID and region name and ordered the value descending, so getting the highest amount to the lowest. So we have first completed the first question. So let us get into the second question. For this we need to write a query to calculate the year over year growth of the sales revenue for each product category. So for this we are going to find the year on year sales. So for this let me again select this sales transaction table over here. So this contains all the information about the transactions made. So let me take this as ST. Let me join this table to the product table, so I can get the information about the products, and then we can join the category to find the category based year on year sales. Join products, take this as P, and let me provide the on condition st dot product id mapping to the product dot product id, and again I can provide the join to the categories table, provide the categories table, and take this as C. Let me provide the on condition st dot product. So the category table is mapped to the product table. Here is the product ID mapping to the category star category ID. So we have joined all the 3 tables that we are going to use in this query. So now we are going to calculate the year based year trend for the total sales happened for the product category. So let me remove the star, and from in the select list I need the category name. So I am going to predict the value for the category name. So let's take the category ID and the category name. Along with this I am going to provide the year, at which year the transaction has been made. So let me take the st dot sales date year and take this as sales year. So again we can calculate the sum of the revenue. So let me provide the sum function, and inside this we are going to calculate the revenue based on st dot quantity multiplied with the st dot unit price. So let me take this value as total sales amount. So here we can provide the lag function to find the previous year sales amount. So inside this lag function let me pass this total sales amount which we have calculated already, and from this I am going to pass the total sales amount we have calculated, and I am going to lag this with 1 year, and let me provide the over class over of partition by. I am going to partition the value based on the category name. So let me provide the c dot category name, and then I am going to order the value. Let me put this here. Let me provide the order by condition. Let me order the value based on the sales year. So I am going to order this value based on sales year ascending. So let me close this and take this as previous month sales, year sales. Previous year sales amount, and along with this I need to provide the trend based on the year on year. So for this, let me provide a case statement. So here I'm going to calculate some logics. I'm going to fetch the lag function, which is the year on year value if the lag function which we have calculated already. So let me take this lag value and copy this here. When this lag value is equal to 0, then I can provide this as null. So if the sales is in current year, then we will then the previous year sales will be 0 absolutely. So when we divide the value with a 0, then it will go under divided by 0 error. So we are going to find if it is a 0, then we are going to assign this as null, else we are going to calculate the percentage. So for this, when we provide the else condition, I am going to calculate the sum of the revenue subtracted to the lag value of the revenue. So minus previous year, the current year minus previous year, and after I am going to provide this previous year value. Let me enclose this inside a circular bracket, and I am going to divide this value based on the previous year sales. So let me again provide this previous year sales value over here. So this is going to calculate the value. So let me take this and let me close this. So finally I am going to multiply all this entire value with the 100 to calculate the percentage. We can end this case statement as sales growth rate. So we have provided so many calculations over here. So absolutely we are going to aggregate the value. So let me provide the group by condition. I am going to group the value based on the category ID, category name, and along with this let me group the value based on this year. So let me provide this here, and finally I am going to order the value. Let me provide the order by condition. I am going to order the value based on the category ID, category name, and this sales year. So let me copy this, paste it here, and along with this I am going to order the value based on sales year. So let me execute this now. Here you can find the category ID along with the category name. So the category ID 1 is electronics, and here you can find the sales year. So we have a sales data for the 2023, 2024 and 2025. Here you can find the total sales amount for each year. In the 2023 we have 8,400 and the previous year sales amount. So we have data from 2023, so there is no previous year's data available for us, so there is no growth rate for us. So for the 2024 you can see the total amount sales is 4,890, the previous amount sales is 8,400. So we have a 41% decrease in the growth rate. So this has calculated the sales growth rate based on the previous year sales. So here you can see for the electronics we have 3,600 sales in the 2025 and we have 4,890 in the 2024. So we have 26% growth down in the sales rate. So here you can see For the clothing, we have 125 in the 2023 and 410 in the 2024. We have 228% growth in our sales for clothing in the 2024 year. So our query has calculated the entire sales growth rate for year by year for each product category. So let me break down this query again and explain you. First, we have selected the sales transaction table. We have joined the transaction table with this product ID to get the product information. Along with this, we have joined the categories table to get the product category details. So we have provided necessary join conditions. We have mapped the product ID from the sales transaction to the product ID in the product table, and we have mapped the category ID from the product table to the category ID in the product category table. So after providing necessary joins, we are getting into the select statement. We have the category ID in the select statement along with the category name to display the particular category, and along with this we have separated the year from the sales date by using the built-in function year. So we have taken this as sales year, and we have calculated the total sales amount by the sum function and multiplied the quantity with the unit price. So again we have calculated the previous year sales amount with the help of lag function. We have provided the total sales amount, and we have taken 1 year before data for this. So we have partitioned the data based on the category name and ordered the data based on the year. So by this we have calculated the previous year sales amount. Then finally we have calculated the growth rate percentage for this. So here we have provided a case statement to find if there is no previous year sales, then we need to defaultly assign that as null. So dividing the 0 will give an error for us. So if there is no previous year sales, if the previous year sales is equal to 0, then we have assigned as null. Else we have took the current year sales and subtracted this with the previous year sales, and then the quotient has been divided by the previous year sales, and finally we have multiplied the returning value with 100 to calculate the percentage. So we have entered this as a sales growth rate, and we have provided the group by condition based on the category ID, category name, and the year of the sales. Finally ordered the value based on category ID, category name, and the sales year. So we got the year on year trend for each product category based on the previous year to the current year. So we have completed the second question. Let us get into the third one. Here we are going to write a SQL query to calculate the remaining inventory quantity for each product category after deducting total sales quantity. So obviously we are going to select the data from this sales transaction. Let me copy this, paste it here. So we have the sales transaction table. We need the details about the products and categories. So let me copy this products table over here. I'm going to join this with the category table. The categories over here. Let me copy this and paste it here. Take this as P and take this as C. We provide the join condition on P dot category ID mapping to the categories dot category ID. So now when I select this, you can see I got the product details along with the category details and the inventory quantity. So here I am going to join the transaction table. So I need the category details first. So let me provide the left join. So thereby I can get the entire data from this product and the categories and the related data to the sales transaction. Let me take this as ST and provide the condition on P dot product ID mapping to the sales dot product ID, sales transaction dot product ID. So here we got the tables available for us to calculate the quantity available for us in the inventory. So in the select list, let me first provide the category name. So I have selected the category name from the categories table. Also take this category ID from the category table. So Along with this, we can calculate the sum of the quantity available for this category. So let me provide the sum function over here and take this. I'm going to calculate the sum of the inventory quantity. So let me take p dot inventory quantity. This will returns the total amount of products available for me in this category in the inventory. Let me take this as initial inventory. Along with this, I am going to calculate the sum of the quantity that has been sold. So for this, let me take this st dot quantity that has been sold. So let me take this as total sales quantity. So finally, we are going to calculate the remaining quantity. So simply we can subtract the value from the inventory quantity to the quantity sold in the transaction table. Fine, we can name this as remaining inventory. So we have provided the sum function over here. So let me group the value based on the category ID and category name. So let me provide this here, and I am going to order the value based on the remaining inventory. Take this descending, so the highest amount available to the lowest amount. When I execute this, totally we have 5 categories. Along this, we have 1883 clothing products available for us remaining in the inventory. So totally we have 1900 and 17 of them has been sold in the transaction table, and finally now we have 1880. And when the book category is considered, 18 books has been sold and 982 books are remaining, and so on. So we have calculated the remaining products that has been available for the inventory for each category of products. So I hope you have understood the scenario and all those 5 questions. So we have solved all those 3 questions based on the 5 tables available for us. So please watch all the videos in the SQL Server playlist to understand better about this playlist. I have provided the solution and questions along with the PPT in the GitHub and attached with the link in the description. Please subscribe to the channel and watch all the videos. Thank you.